Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning again. The reminder of choice that you have, that I have. See, we get to choose what things mean. We get to choose how we're going to perceive everything. We get to choose how we're going to perceive this moment in what we call time. It's always in your hands when it comes to that choice. And what's beautiful is when you use that choice intentionally for light, for growth, for expansion, for full expression, guess what happens? Your life changes in that direction. See, this is where you've got to engage with that. This is where you've got to use that in your life. And that's what we hope for you. This is what we hope that you engage with yourself, because if you do, it'll actually give to us a wonderful gift of seeing it working in your life. Now, what have we been studying? We've been studying this beautiful gem here. There is no such thing as self-sabotage. This right here is a beautiful gem that will help you to shift a tremendous amount in your life. Why? Because it eliminates the lie of self-sabotage. See, the truth is that you're not in your own way, that you're not battling it against yourself. You are not your own worst enemy, and for sure, you're not self-sabotaging. See, what's in the way is not you. What's in the way is a program that's in you, and that's a completely different game. And what's beautiful is once you understand that game, once you understand that, hey, it's not me, it's the program, I could change the program, what happens is magnificent change in your life. You start to feel a lot lighter. You're no longer weighed down by guilt and shame, and you're feeling beautiful about everything. And again, that's what we are inviting you into for you in your life. So, with that, what we're going to say is use what we're sharing with you, shift how you're thinking to be in harmony with this. And from there, you can and will shift how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle, all of it. It will be magnificent for you. All right, so let's go into where we are, shall we? Let's go into the chapter we're in and dive into it. Here we go. Here we're on page 94, and we're talking about the law of cause and effect. Now, we touched on this in the last session, but we're going to touch on it again. Why? Because we're talking about you changing the effects of your life. The effects meaning your outcomes, your effects meaning how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle, all of that. And so let's dive into this. Type in the comments cause and effect. Cause and effect. There is a law of cause and effect. And this law right here is no respecter of you. It's no respecter of what you think, what you feel, or any of that stuff. It's there to be enforced regardless of whether or not you're knowledgeable or ignorant of it. Think of, for instance, what we call the law of gravity, which is really not a law, but we're going to use that as a reference, okay? With that being said, does gravity respect you? No, it doesn't. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about your dog, your cat, a child, doesn't care about this thing. What happens when I let go? Boom, it falls. See, the purpose of the law of what we call gravity is to enforce itself. Well, the same way with regards to the law of cause and effect. Now, nothing happens without a cause. Underline that. Nothing happens without a cause. Every outcome you experience, good or bad, is the effect of a cause that preceded it. And what precedes it? Thought. See, the cause is thought. See, thoughts are things. Thoughts are energy. Thoughts are the magnets that attract to us the very things that we think. You are always thinking, and those thoughts are always producing effects. I recommend that you write this down in the first person. I am always thinking, meaning there's always some kind of movement of ideas in your mind, and those thoughts are always producing effects, results, what you do, the outcomes from what you do, whether consciously or unconsciously. The thoughts you impress upon your subconscious mind create the conditions of your life. You want to change the conditions of your life? You've got to change how you're thinking. It's that simple. Super simple. Now, your results are not random. They are the effects of your thinking. Say that to yourself. My results are the effects of my thinking. Not what you're thinking, how you are thinking. You don't become what you think about most of the time. You become how you're thinking most of the time. And how you're thinking stems from what you believe to be true and the habits you have. Remember, that's what's in the way. You are not in the way. You are not your own worst enemy. You are not battling against yourself. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's not true. What's in the way is how you're thinking, and how you're thinking consists of what you believe to be true, the habits you have. That is not you. Those are ideas that you've agreed to, that you've embedded within you subconsciously. Now, remember, we talked about when it comes to your subconscious mind is a loyal servant, but it's not loyal to you. It's loyal to what you've made important. And what you've made important is what you believe and the habits you have. Well, you can change that. Now, let's think about that, because we talked about this, how you are not that paradigm. You are not that conditioning. And why is that true? Well, because you can change it. It's kind of like when we say, and again, we've talked about this before in an earlier chapter, when we say these concepts of ourselves as an identity, as if that's us. For instance, I am a positive person. Remember when we went over that? I'm a positive person. Well, that's not true. What happens to you if you go into a negative state? What happens to that positivity? See, that's not the identity of you. That's an idea that you've accepted. Let's say, for instance, you say, I'm a successful business owner. Well, what happens when you no longer want to be in that business? Or what happens if the business is not successful? Does that change who you are? No, it doesn't. Anyways, the reason why I'm bringing this up is to separate this idea that you are that. You're not. And the proof is because you can change it. There's a huge difference between who you are and the identity that you are going to claim as you move forward in your life. Who you are can make that into whatever you want it to be. So let's go over this again. You are always thinking, and those thoughts are always producing effects, whether consciously or unconsciously. The thoughts you impress upon your subconscious mind create the conditions of your life. Your results are not random. They are the effects of your thinking. I recommend that you write that in the first person. My results are not random. They are the effects of my thinking. More specifically, how you're thinking. So you could say how I'm thinking. Now, just as seeds are planted in soil will grow according to its kind, thoughts planted in the mind will manifest in kind. Put a big box around this. As you thinketh in your heart, so are you. Type that in the comments. As I thinketh in my heart, so am I. Now, this is the law of cause and effect at work. This is really simple, my friends. Very simple. Think empowering thoughts. You take empowering actions and get empowering results. How simple is that? You think thoughts of limitation, you act in accordance with limitation and get limited results. Good attitude, good results. Bad attitude, bad results. It's very simple. And who's the one who gets to choose that? Who's the one who gets to choose to move into the light and let the light in? It's you. It's always you. It's always going to be you. Now think about that when it comes to how much you earn. what you do for work, your lifestyle, how you dress. It all starts in the mind. As Bob Proctor says, your marvelous, miraculous, beautiful mind, which is powerful. Now, before we go further, for those of you who are watching this live stream and would love to dive into the rest of these live calls and watch the replays, go to elevitality.com and register for Mastermind